Joining us on the line is Aune Mudjanima, the Director of Labour Services in the Labour Ministry, to weigh in on the incident. Very good evening to you, madam, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
What is the ministry's stance on the recent incident at Chinatown?
I should really say the situation is very unacceptable. The Labour Act requires employers to make sure without charge to employees that they provide a safe working environment without risk to health of employee. Now, you know, this employer in this act already violated and harassed and traumatized, at the same time humiliated the employee. Now, that is why we moved to ensure that Namibia ratify the ILO Convention 990 that deal with the elimination of violence and harassment in the world of work. We, as a ministry, only came to know about the incident through the national television NBC News at 20 hours last night on the 7th of November, 2021. And when we went to work, we discussed about the issue in the morning, and we sent a team of labor inspectors to investigate the matter in terms of the condition of employment and occupational safety and health as stipulated in the Labour Act. Now, unfortunately, we really found the place already closed. What we are going to do as a ministry is to ensure that we consult and work together with the police to enable that we trace the harassed employee and ensure that she receives the necessary assistance in terms of what is due to her by the Labour Act. So we are really condemning the act. I mean the act of the employer, because it is not what the labour law is calling for in the labour market.
Now, it's no secret that Chinese employers have over the years gained an infamous reputation for mistreating local employees. What is your ministry doing in regards to that issue, and what is being done to create a conducive working environment where employees feel safe and protected?
Thank you. The ministry, through targeted intervention plans, quarterly workplace inspection, have tirelessly engaged and continue to engage in public education awareness on labor relation issue and the sector as well, covering both national and international employers, at the same time looking at the occurrence of such incidents. Now, employers and employees are always advised to have signed the contract of employment agreed upon by the two parties and are called by the Labour Act both to ensure that they adhere to what is required as their responsibility by the Labour Act. We always advise our employee in the labour market to report the unfair labour practice on time for remedy, because we might not be at all the places at the same time and be able to pick up this mistreatment of our Namibian people. In the same vein, in our preparation for implementing and eventually enforcing Convention 190, which is elimination of harassment and violence in the world of work, we have been consulting our tripartites with employers and employee representatives in mapping out the best mechanism on how to deal with the issues of violence and harassment. In addition to that, the ministry has trained masters of trainer who are further expected to cascade, educating various change agents at different workstations. Because what we are driving to is making sure that everyone understands what is expected of making sure that the work environment is safe. And that is what we have been doing as preparedness to set the ground free in terms of violence and harassment in the world of work.
Lastly,
thank you.
Yes. Lastly, there are those who feel that Chinese nationals in this country receive special treatment and that the country's established laws as far as labor relations is concerned are not respected by them. What do you say about that, and what are you doing as a ministry to change that perception?
Thank you. That's not really the issue. The issue is that really government, through different state agencies, including our ministry have on numerous occasions engaged in high-level stakeholders meeting on all issues concerning national labor law, and on other areas of mutual consent to promote harmonious and sound labor relations in the country, with the assurance and commitment from those high-level engagements to further thoroughly educate their nationals. Now, thus the Chinese nationals are not enjoying the special treatment, as the application and enforcement of our national labor law are done on fair and transparent processes to all employers in Namibia. Now, should any employer, including the Chinese, found to be contravening with the law, he or she is issued with a compliance order, and if it is critical in terms of occupational safety and health regulations, be ordered to close until the matter of concern are corrected in a manner it is compliant with the law. Now, the ministry do issues quarterly report on matter of labor relations handled and all issues per sector. Now, the challenge we have also in the labor market is that because what we do to assist our people is what we are expected to do, it is not, coming out sometimes, necessarily coming out to inform the nation of what has been done, apart from giving our reports to the nations. Now, we really do, if you look at our quarterly report, we really do solve a lot of labor unrest issues that we mostly assist our employees as Namibian peoples with. Now, we are trying to change the perception whereby the ministry try by all means possible to engage and educate the public about our services. This includes, but not really limited to, the use of mass media. We do print and broadcast our services. We also do host in-house talk show called Namibia at Work, which of content is available on our different social platforms, particularly on Facebook. So the talk show really educates and is packed with information that vary services of the ministry and explain what we expect the public to do should they realize that there is an unlabor rest or a fair treatment. We also have the SMS line, which is 66111, for our public members to be able to engage the ministry and also notify us as soon as possible should an issue pertaining to labor relations happen. So we will continue doing our stakeholders engagement, looking also at this current now situation. We know we need to make sure that we plan joint and interministerial team so that we do direct engagement with a specific economic sector which are observed to have more labor unrest. Really, with this, the situation is uncalled for, and we will make sure that we get to the bottom of it.
All right. Aune Mudjanima, thank you so much for your time. Highly appreciated.
Thank you very much.
All right. That was Aune Mudjanima, the Director for Labor Services in the Ministry of Labor, weighing in on the incident that transpired at Chinatown. Just a point of correction that the accused is actually 39 years old and not 29 as